Hello and welcome to the WonderGlowYoga. Today we're gonna give our spine some love. So let's get started. First, I would like you to come and bring big toes together, hips to your heels, and just extend your fingers to the front. Let your chest fall in between your legs, forehead on the mat, child pose. Take a couple of breaths here, in and out. Settle into the practice. And then you may slightly shift your hips to the right and left. Slowly come back to the stillness. Lift your forehead off the mat and come into the tabletop position. Make sure that your wrists are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. Tuck your tailbone under, gaze down, elongate your neck, engage your abs. Take a couple of breaths here into the neutral tabletop position. Breathe in and breathe out. Now on the next breath in, drop your belly button down, look up. And breathe out, round your spine, gaze in between your thighs. Let's flow here, in and out, nice and slow. Take your space and take your time. And then we're all going to meet with a rounded spine. And from here, let's take circles with our spine to one direction. And then to another. Massaging the whole spine in here. Come back to the center into the neutral tabletop position. Slowly walk your hands to the left side of your body. Make sure that your hips are gonna stay the same, squared to the front edge of the mat. And now when you reach to your left, start rounding your spine and gaze back in between your thighs. Feel that stretch on the right side of your spine. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's walk to another side, to the right. Same in here. Breathe in, breathe out, back to the neutral tabletop position. Now place your knees as wide as your mat, big toes touching each other, send your hips back in front of you. And draw your chest nice and slow to the front, coming into the Cobra pose. Draw your shoulders away from your ears, look in front of you, open up your chest. Breathe in and breathe out. Now from here, place the palms to the corners of your mat. Lower your hips down. And gaze over your left shoulder and then over your right. Slowly come back to the center. Send your hips back into the neutral tabletop position. Let's move to the bird dog. Extend your right leg up and back Gaze over, make sure that your leg is elongated with your spine. Take your left arm in front of you. Breathe in, elongate a little bit more. Breathe out, elbow to knee. Breathe in, elongate. Breathe out, elbow to knee. One more time, elongate and elbow to knee. Beautiful. Place your palm on your knee, back on the mat. Let's take it to another side. Take your left leg up and back. Make sure it's aligned with your spine. And when you're ready, take your right arm in front of you. Breathe in, elongate. Breathe out, elbow to knee. Breathe in, elongate. Breathe out, elbow to knee. One more time, elongate and elbow to knee. Place your palm on your knee, back on the mat. Great job, everyone. Now from here, take your hips up to the sky, come into the first downward facing dog. Walk your dog, bend one knee and then another. Gaze over your left armpit and then over your right. Maybe lift those hips up and down. Now bend your right knee and send your right shin parallel to the front edge of the mat. It doesn't have to be all 90 degrees angle. Settle into the pigeon pose. Open up your chest. Look in front of you. And when you're in your pigeon pose, tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee up. Stay in here for a couple of breaths, in and out. On the next breath in, place your back knee on the mat, untuck your toes, and nice and slow, lower yourself on your elbows. Breathe in, breathe out. Find your way back into the downward facing dog. Walk your dog in here. Now this time bend your left knee and send your left shin parallel to the front edge of the mat. Find yourself into the pigeon pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Then tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee up, and stay in here for a couple of breaths in and out. Breathe in, breathe out, and tuck your back toes, and slowly lower yourself on your elbows. Breathe in, breathe out, find your way back into the downward facing dog. Cross your shins and come into the sit. Take your arms in front of you and nice and slow lower yourself on the mat. So from here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna nice and slow just move our lower back. So first, tuck your tailbone under, lift it up to the sky. You see you create a flat back, which is really close to the mat. And then you release, slightly arching it. So we're gonna move in here, in and out. I exaggerated a little bit, but in general it's just little slightly movements, which is doing a good thing for our lower back. Great job, everyone. Now place your palms on the mat. Tuck your tailbone under and nice and slow, one by one vertebra, bring it, your hips up to the sky. Engage your glutes when you're up in there. Squeeze your buttock cheeks. Hold it in here. Option to interlace fingers and come onto your shoulders. Breathe in and breathe out. Place your palms back on the mat and nice and slow, lower yourself all the way down. Now, when you're down on the mat, just send your knees gently to the left and then to the right. Massage your lower back. Gently come back to the center. And now from here, just rock yourself. Massage your spine. And then when you're ready, come into the seat. Thank you so much. That was it for today. You can do these exercises every day if you need to give some love to your spine. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you on the next video. Please feel free to check other videos on my YouTube channel, subscribe, like, ask me any questions you feel like to ask, and I will be happy to answer them. Thank you so much.